Here's the thing, to become a director,
Yeah.
it's not that hard, bro.
Really?
It's not that hard. Not that hard. You just gotta be confident.
Confident?
You gotta be confident. You're hardworking. You told me you're hardworking already. That's great. That's step one. Working hard. Step two, confidence.
Having
You need
confidence.
to.
Hello, I'm Elise Chaffins, and I'm here today with Pascal Gutierrez and Ben Mullinkosson to talk about their comedy Serious People coming to soon to select theaters. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having us.
thanks.
It's a pleasure.
Abs Absolutely. Can you just give us a quick synopsis of what Serious People is about?
Yeah. So Serious People stars Pasqual Gutierrez as he enters fatherhood. And as he enters fatherhood, he is given an opportunity to direct his biggest music video yet. However, the shoot day is the same day as the birth of his firstborn daughter. And as a result, he hires a doppelganger to replace him in work so he can be present for his partner and his kid. And chaos ensues.
It does. Absolutely. So I really appreciate any movie that lampoons the idea of trying to find like a workaround for this work-life balance, since that's basically impossible. Can you talk about just how your real life informed this story?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean the idea, the inception of the idea all came from a real dream that I had that was actually a little bit more of a nightmare. Um, that I had when Christine was in probably the second trimester. I was very stressed at the time. I'm a real music, I am a working director in the music space and in the commercial space. Being outside of this film, Christine is also a director, and we were just having really some big, quite a bit of an existential crisis about how are we going to make this work with what we do and with what we want to do and what our goals are as parents and being present for our child who's coming into the world soon. I actually had shingles as well. That's a real thing.
Wow.
And so I would say very much, almost all of this was from what was kind of going on in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So the movie is billed as a film about a group of friends by a group of friends. And obviously you had this vision for your film, but can you talk about the way that the others that were involved kind of like helped shape the direction of the movie?
Yeah, I'll go for it
Yeah,
first and then
yeah,
jump in.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, I think this was kind of a dream collaboration come true because Pasquale and I obviously we went to school together. We lived in downtown LA together, and when we lived in LA together, we lived at a house called Stacks. And one of the other producers of the film, his name is Teddy Lee. He also lived there, and the sound man of the film, Waju, didn't technically live there, but he was there often. And we always had this idea of making a film together, but we didn't necessarily have a narrative arc or a clear structure, or honestly, the pressure to make it in this timeline. So when Pasquale is 6 months away from fatherhood, we suddenly have a ticking clock of, okay, like if we don't make a movie now, maybe we'll never make a movie. So I think that pressure really pushed us to say, hey guys, let's all come together, let's do this. And obviously there's so many friends who came to help and be a part of this. Laurel is just another friend who agreed to be a producer on this. Jared and Ryan, who are run production companies in Los Angeles, agreed to be financial partners in the film and help us get things off the ground. Our cinematographers all were like, yeah, I have a camera or have a relationship with this rental house. Like, let's all come and do this. And once we started making the film, we really opened the doors creatively to everyone involved. And
Yeah,
we would finish filming and then we would meet in Pasquale's kitchen. And we would
yeah,
sit there and we would say, okay, well, where are we going? What's the next scene? Do we wanna go to a Christmas rave? And we have this whole other scene that we talk about filming, and it didn't actually make it into the film, but we really creatively opened the doors to everyone involved. And given the last thing I'll say is a lot of the people in the film, like Christine and Raul, are amazing directors. So they obviously have a lot of input on what their characters are like and also what the whole film is like. So it got a lot of input from our community, and I think that's what made it really special.
Yeah.
Well said.
So one of my favorite scenes in the movie is where Pasquale is like mentoring Miguel and is giving him kind of all of the jargon. They're driving around and he's like, well, just say this and whatever. And we see Miguel kind of really latch on to the whole we're making a movie kind of idea of it. And then
Yeah.
it all just unravels. And I thought this was just a really smart look at the impression that people might have of what it means to be a director. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think specifically the music video director specifically.
Mm,
There's something really interesting in that industry, which I am a part of, and there are directors in that industry that are very serious filmmakers and serious directors. They take the craft very seriously. They study the craft. They're not beholden to just doing music videos. They work in films. They do shorts. They're passionate filmmakers first and foremost, and that's what they care about. But there are also directors, music video directors in the same industry that sometimes have even bigger opportunities than the others that don't have really any idea of what filmmaking really is. They happen to be at the right place at the right time, and they say the right things, and there's quite a bit of smoke and mirrors. And it's more so, I think, especially as we've gotten into like the TikTok and the Instagram era of filmmaking, a lot of clout and internet fame that props up some of those people that aren't necessarily craftspeople. And
mm,
within the music video industry, there's sometimes an internal schism between those that are kind of the school of Spike Jonze, so to speak, and then those others that are more so glorified hype people that happen to be, they were maybe just like they took pictures here and there and they knew the right things to say and they hung around the right people at the right time. And there's a lot of frustration within that industry. And so that's what those scenes subsequently, I think, are laughing at, if you will.
mm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, just as we kind of wrap up here, one of the things I like to ask folks is just what did you kind of take away from making and then, yeah, showing through all the festival circuit now as it's preparing to go into a theatrical release? What did you learn from doing all of that with serious people?
Mm, I can go first.
Yeah.
Um, I think I learned that, um, yeah, like just by doing this and kind of coming together with our friends, it's I mean, maybe it sounds cliche, but anything is possible. Like,
Mm,
yeah, I feel like the power of just like people who are committed, just our group of friends is really special. And also, I want to say that I think Pasquale and Christine and Raul are all being very vulnerable in the film with their lives, and I think there's a lot of strength in vulnerability. So I think those are my two things that I learned.
Yeah. I mean, I think the same thing, man. Like, it's amazing to be here, it's amazing to be even having these conversations and to be doing press, and especially when this project was so close to the chest, literally, and it was done as more so of an experiment as of us being just passionate filmmakers and wanting to play with the craft, play with documentary, play with comedy, do things, try things, take big swings, and not necessarily feel that we needed them to land, so to speak. Just
mm,
more so like we're having this kid and we have time on our side, and everyone behind the camera is and in front of the camera are all filmmakers as well. And it's a more so an opportunity with this time that we have together to just have fun as filmmakers and push each other, push ourselves, And that was always the spirit of what Serious People was. And I think that's why it will always be such a special project for both of us as we move forward in our lives and in our careers. And so for people to even just be here to watch it, I think is amazing. You know, like it's just awesome. So
Fantastic. Well, thank you both again for taking time to speak with me today. It's just such a fun film, and I wish you all the luck in this.
thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.